Hello, hello. I hope you all are well. We ran into some technical difficulties. So that first little bit did not record or show up, but hopefully you have the ability to see me now. I'm checking my tech, making sure that everyone has the ability to chime in because I have something that is going to be very dope and I am super excited to share this information with you. So looks like all systems are a go. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Coach Erica B. Erica Burns. I am the owner of All in Your Biz, and I am your favorite business coach, brand strategist. I help women who are wanting to get out of that 9 to 5 grind, transition into empowered entrepreneurship. And not only do we do that, we are helping you do it authentically. So, as you guys come in, feel free to comment in the chat. Let me know you're here. But this is super exciting for me because I am starting a new live series. Okay. And with this new live series, this is the authentic agenda. So you hear me all the time talking about how authenticity always wins. And so I want to present to you all on a weekly basis. So every Thursday at 7 p.m., as long as we don't have any tech issues, how to shift from employment to empowerment. And there are a lot of people who are wanting to go from the space of being an employee and want to become their own boss, want to become an entrepreneur. And so each Thursday at 7 p.m., I am going to be right here on live going over different things that are going to help you during that transition. So, first things first, for this first session, I figured why not? Let's just go ahead and dive into marketing. Let's talk about marketing. A lot of people I come across already have existing businesses, but they're like, marketing is too expensive. I don't know, like, how to get around running ads, or I don't have the budget for that yet. So what can I do? Coach Erica B, what can I do? So we are going to talk about that today. So in all in your biz fashion, make sure you are taking notes and that you ask any questions that you have in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer them. All right. So the goal of today, my goal for today is to help you understand cost effective strategies to market your business successfully. Let's keep it simple. Okay. So let's dive in because I'm not going to hold you for long, but I'm going to give you a lot in the time that I'm here. Okay. So, first things first, you have to understand your audience. Understanding your audience is key. And you're going to see me looking at my notes because I don't want to miss anything. And I want to make sure that I give you guys all the tips, tricks, pointers, all of that. But it is super important for you to know your audience. I stress very, very heavily anytime that someone works with me, being very aware of your audience. So, not just being aware of your audience in a sense of the superficial things like what's their age and what's their education and what race are they. Like, we have to dig a whole lot deeper if we want to successfully market to a specific group of people. So we need to be digging as deep as what motivates them to spend money, what are their buying habits, who influences their purchasing decisions. These are things that you can dig into when you are trying to learn your audience so that you can create a environment that where what you're offering appeals to them. So a lot of times I have people saying, okay, that sounds good, but if I really want to dig deep into the data, how can I do that without having to pay somebody some big bucks to do it for me, or paying for all of these expensive um, softwares that claim that it can pull information for you? Do not worry, I have you covered. So, one, you have Google Analytics. If you have not used it, it is absolutely very helpful and it is free. Okay. It is free. We like free. Okay. And this is a tool that helps you to analyze traffic to your website. So all business owners should have a website. I don't care if it's Shopify, Wix, I don't care what it is, but you should have a website. And with that website, this is going to give you insight on your visitors, how they found your website, how long they stay on your website, what pages they visit more often. This gives you insight into trends as far as what people are looking at coming from you in your website. So that is very, very helpful. Number two is SurveyMonkey. So SurveyMonkey has a free option. They do have paid options that give you a little bit more customization. But I tell people all the time, like, what better way to get information than to go straight to the source? Get it straight from the horse's mouth. Ask questions. A lot of us have people who would be our ideal audience or our ideal clients right within our reach. But we do not take the time to get this information from them so that we can better our product, our services, or even be able to reach them in a way that resonates with them enough to trust what we are offering. So SurveyMonkey will allow you to do simple surveys that you can send by email, or if you do the paid version, you might be able to send a link by text. But for the free version, simple emails, know what you want to ask. Like, know the questions ahead of time that are going to help you get the results that you need from those individuals that are in your specific market, your target market. Okay. And last but not least, the most amazing resource that you have available to you that can give you absolutely everything you need for absolutely free is social media insights. Social media literally has created an environment where we share our whole lives. We share when we go shopping, what we eating for dinner. We share what vacations we're going on. We share all of this information. And if you are wanting to know about your audience, go look at their social media. It will probably tell you everything you need to know. Okay. So platforms like Facebook, which we're streaming on now, Instagram, Twitter, all of those, if you are a business, have analytics that you can actually utilize outside of you doing your own research, looking into your ideal audience's accounts or their habits per se. So on Instagram, you can go see your insights. It's going to tell you when people are normally, your audience is normally more active. It's going to tell you the days. It's going to break down whether it's males or females that are looking at your content more often. It is going to tell you the age range, like all of the information that you need in order to start to market to your audience is available for you if you go out and seek it. So those are some places in which are free, are very low cost for you to start the process of understanding your audience. All right. So the second thing is going to be leveraging social media. So while we just spoke about using the analytic tools on social media in order to help you to figure out how to market and how to save you money, essentially, you have to understand that every platform is different. So the way people show up on Facebook is not the same way they will show up on Instagram. It's definitely not the same way they show up on Twitter. And we know that much. Okay. So you really have to hone in on where your audience is, for one. Which platform do they normally show up on more consistently? Where are they looking for your product or your service? What is it that makes them trust that specific platform more? Instagram is like your instant gratification, and like for people who are visual, you have TikTok, which is obviously like the see me platform, like, "Woo, look, see me." So it's real based completely. And then you have Facebook, which is the oldest social media platform, and that has established itself as a mecca for valuable information for those who are qualified. And it allows people to come in and even ask questions and get suggestions in terms of information. So when you are leveraging social media, in terms of understanding the platforms, this is something for you to look at and consider. So the second thing that I want you to think about is the types of content that you put out. So when you are putting out organic content and you are wanting to reach specific people without paying for ads, and paying for leads, things of that nature, you have to understand that different types of content connect with people in different ways, just like the different platforms do. So when it comes to content, there are different types of content that you can post. So there are stories. Those stay up for about 24 hours and give people a quick glimpse. They will prompt people to maybe go to your page or to watch a full clip if it gives just a little bit of that. So you have the stories. You have your general post. So text post, picture post, whatever you post, people can see that as well. You have reels. So you have the video um, aspect of posting and connecting with your audience. And then you also have interaction pieces like surveys, and things of that nature that have been updated in the last couple of years. So when you are leveraging social media, you have the ability to market, and you have the ability to market in multiple ways. We just talked about all of these different type of content that you can literally use that content to market your product or service to your audience when you know the proper platform in which you're generally going to find them. Okay? If this is helping, let me know. I see you guys here. Hello, hello. Welcome. All right. Now, as you know, I am a teacher that builds off of we're gonna build, we're gonna build. So next we're gonna talk about content being king. Content is king on these platforms because it is what keeps us top of mind. It is what keeps us in front of our audience, and it is what keeps us um accountable for showing up for our business a lot of times. But the consistency is key when content is king. And so it's very important that we understand that it's not always just a volume game. So part of it is like you want to put out as much content as you can, but you want to do that with a purpose because, baby, if your audience is not into you doing all the newest, like, okay, if they're not worried about that, you're not reaching them. So you want to make sure that each piece of content that you are creating, even if it is a volume thing where you are pumping out a good amount of content, it aligns with what your audience needs to see in terms of purchasing your product or service. If you are a product-based business, then maybe they need to visually see the item. They might need to see the item in action, like you using the item. They might need to see other people using it, whatever it's going to take for them to build the trust in what it is that you are offering. Use your content to fill in those gaps of the questions that they have and the concerns that they may have in place. Like, alleviate all of that by meeting it head on. Okay. So, another thing that I want you to think about when we are talking about affordable marketing, everyone does not have budgets of thousands or even $100 to spend on marketing. And if we have access to platforms that allow us to do this for the free, then we have to understand why these platforms are here, which we have discussed to a certain extent. We have to understand the consistency of us showing up is going to matter because in life, you are going to pay money, time, energy. Like you're going to pay one way or another. So if you don't have the cash money, then you might need to have a whole lot of time. You might need to put in a lot of energy because nothing is free. It's not. But one thing that I know to be true 100% is that all of these platforms were created to create a space of community. And community engagement is super, super important as a business owner because we know the power of word of mouth. But I think a lot of times we miss out on understanding the power of creating community amongst what we offer or what we do. And so you have the ability to create a space of marketing opportunity when you engage in your community, whether that's a Facebook community, whether it's out actually in your community. Maybe there are groups that you are a part of, that you have people who are in your audience, people that you know would benefit from your service or from your product. You have to position yourself when you do not have the money to do, run the ads and let the systems and things do it for you, and you have to be the body and you have to be the muscle behind it. Positioning is going to be key. All right. So if this is helpful, let me know. I see you. I see you. Hey. All right. So the next thing I want us to go over is one of my favorites. And I am 100% transparent with you and everybody else that I even haven't maximized this next thing as much as I should. We are getting there because when you implement strategy, sometimes things take a little bit longer, but your results will come quicker. And so I'm okay with running the marathon to get the medal at the end. Okay. I'm okay with that. And with me being okay with that, I understand that sometimes that little elbow grease that you have to put into this next thing is absolutely more than necessary. And that, my friend, is email marketing. Baby, the money is in the email list. These people have already given you permission to contact them. They have either opted into something that you have, they have maybe give you their information at an event when you had a pop-up shop. Long story short, 90% of the time, they have willingly giving you information and access to them. Why are you not using this to your benefit? So let me explain to you why this is good. So I'm going to give you some quick stats because I like facts. So one stat that we have is that email marketing has a high return on investment, so ROI. Studies are showing that email marketing can yield an average return on investment of $36 for every $1 spent. That makes that one of the highest return on investments across marketing channels. Your ad spend is going to be more than that. You're going to have more than that you spend in clicks per view or whatever, like when it comes to flyers, baby, you spending money on flyers, graphic designers, all of these things. I'm not discounting that because we need those parts of marketing as well. But how many of us actually have an email list? We have people who have purchased from us, who have given us the okay to contact them. They bought into our business in some way, shape, or form. And we are like, cricket, cricket. We ain't say nothing to them. But then we're like, dang, I ain't got no sales. Where the people at? Where the money at? They are waiting. They have already gave you the thumbs up, giving you the thumbs up, but you are sitting on a valuable asset in your business. When Facebook, Instagram, TikTok shut down, people panic. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I do not have access to all these people anymore. But if you had access to their emails, i.e., building your email list, you wouldn't be shaking the table on that. Okay. You would be in a position to say, you know what? Let me send this email real quick. Yes, Facebook is down, but we're still open. We're still here. While you got some time, come visit my website. Look at my last reel, blah, blah, blah. And you can push the money there. When it comes to email marketing, customer acquisition and retention is a whole lot easier because you have the ability to keep them engaged. So you hear people talk about funnels and things of that nature, or automations where you can like send out series of emails, or baby, you can do it like I did in the beginning when we were thugging it out. And it's like, I wrote it on my calendar. Like I talked to them this day in 2 days, follow up by email. Like it's a growing process because we are talking about going from employment to empowerment. We don't have everything in the very beginning, and that's okay. But what you do have is the ability to take action. However that looks for you, get it done. Okay. So it is reported that it costs 5 times more to attract a new customer than to keep an existing customer. Let me repeat that. It is said that it costs 5 times more to gain a new customer than it requires to keep an existing customer. Do y'all understand why? Y'all can talk to me in the chat. Listen. But let me explain to you why. An existing customer has already spent their money with you. They have gone through their experience. If it was tip top shape and they like it, love you, they have no reason to not want to come back because hopefully you've built that trust. You've maximized the opportunity to have that person in your circle, in your family, a part of your experience. And surveys have shown that a majority of consumers prefer receiving business emails. Now, a lot of people like text. We're not discounting that, but a lot prefer emails. So this just lets us know that this is an effective tool. We can use this time and time and time again, and it costs us no more money than it requires for you to have a system to send out mass emails. So I have used, and I still use ConvertKit. I have used Klaviyo. I know people who use MailChimp. Okay. And those all have very affordable entering price points, depending on how many people you have in your email list. But we will not go without sending these emails, especially when we are trying to find ways to save money and make money. So we want to save money, but we still want to make money. And so we are marketing using our email list. Okay. All right. So now, before I let you go, we have gone over all of these things, but the last thing that you have to do is make sure you have in place a way to measure and adapt. So, measurement and adaptation. This is super important because you need to be tracking your efforts. Nobody wants to be spending a whole lot of time doing all of these things and it's not yielding any result for them. But if you're not keeping up with how often you're sending out these emails or how often you're posting this content, what type of content it is you're posting, are people liking your reels more or do they like when you do carousels more? Are people attracted more to your content on Instagram or on Facebook? When you do reels, do they do better on TikTok or do they do better on Facebook? Like all of these things that you need to pay attention to because in the game of business, you want to constantly be moving, but moving towards a goal of increased revenue, improve customer service, like all of these things that better your business. And if you are doing things and not keeping up with them, it is going to take you a long time to realize what is really working and what is really not working. Okay. So, with that being said, I hope that this information was helpful to you. Again, I will be here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to go over some tips, tricks, and tools with this authenticity agenda. I want for you to be able to show up in your marketing authentically, show up as who you are, show up in a way that you are not stressed. And a lot of times, the lack of resources or money stress us and prevent us from showing up. And I do not want that for you. So, what I want you to do is use these tips, tricks, use all of this information provided to you today, and allow yourself the opportunity to show up. The people are there, the people are waiting, the people want what's real. Be you. Okay. So, just to kind of recap what we have gone over. So, we have demystify this whole marketing has to be super expensive. You have to have a super high budget. There are all of these things that you have to put in place. Nope. We have confirmed that that is not true. Okay. We went over audience insights and content strategies. So, going over the tools like Google Analytics, your social media insights, using audience research to help you, have let us know that we have ways to find out information about our audience for free. Okay. Engagement and outreach. We talked about actually engaging, creating community. We talked about going out into the community and finding those people who would fit our service and putting our stuff in front of them. And last but not least, we talked about practices and the things that we can do to make sure that our marketing efforts are working, that they are doing what we want them to do in order to show up as the business that we are wanting to build. So I hope that this session was very helpful. I hope that you gained some insight. If you watch this on replay, let me know. Let me know if this was helpful. Okay. It is my job to help you in going from employment to empowerment. All of my female entrepreneurs, I love you. I am here, Coach Erica B, again, owner of All of Your Biz. And I will see you next week in the authenticity agenda, where we are shifting from employment to empowerment. It was nice seeing y'all. Y'all have a good night. Bye.